So, to the last artist, completely different from all of the rest, we have Newton Apple, a God-inspired artist of a different kind. With his album Dance Before the King, Kevin J. Fowler, with a heart for the lost, is a God-inspired artist. Describe the music you do.
The music is electronic dance music. It's Christian nature, the dance music. Basically, I have a desire to create music that glorifies God and that kind of proclaims the gospel thing. That's the style of music, really.
How would you say that God has inspired you through this?
Well, God definitely inspires me through his Bible. I suppose he inspires me in my walk with him. One of the things that also inspires me is a desire to be used by God, to have my gifting to develop to glorify him, because when you've got a gifting from God, it's best to use it, and then you can grow in that and use that to glorify him. And also there's a desire to create dance music either as good as or better than the secular music. It all started off really when I felt God say to me, don't buy any secular dance music, because I do like dance music, and I thought, well, if I can't buy any music, I'm going to create it myself and create some music that's better than what I hear on the radio, because a lot of what I was listening to at that time on the radio was very repetitive. I wanted to add some more creativity into it, and this was around about the turn of the millennium. So I started off buying a magazine in a supermarket with free software on it called EJ, which was quite easy to use, and I bought a PC at that time as well. So it all started off really about the time of the millennium, and I compiled this track in time for my brother's birthday, and that won this competition, which was judged by Carl Cox, and it came out on a magazine in August 2000 across the UK called EJ Magazine, and that's kind of how that started off. And I was really pleased that as winning the competition as well, I got an interview in the magazine, and it's a secular magazine, and I thought, well, I'm just going to go for it with the kind of evangelism thing. I'm going to say I'm a Christian, I'm going to promote Jesus Christ and why I'm doing this. And of course, Carl Cox and the judges thought it was all Dance Before the King, the track that won, was all about Elvis, but it wasn't. It was about King Jesus. And I was really pleased to be able to tell them everything about Jesus and my love for him and all of this. And I thought, well, if they don't like any of it, they can edit it out. But miraculously, they didn't edit any of it out, I don't think. So that went out in a secular magazine, and I was really pleased with that. So
they found out that you were a Christian.
Yeah.
And, so it was used in evangelism as well.
Yeah.
And how was the reaction to that?
There wasn't too much of a reaction. I think that in the magazine it said that they sort of made a joke at the bottom, a footnote saying, "Oh, we thought this was all about Elvis, but obviously we were wrong." But there wasn't too much reaction. I mean, I had a few emails from people, other Christians, that were quite pleased with it, and that was the sort of thing. But it really boosted me and encouraged me to carry on with this and to work on it even more, because I thought, well, if God's blessing me in this, then this is the way I need to go and need to steer towards.
Definitely. And some people are rather afraid sometimes of like sharing their faith. So was it as hard as that you thought that it might be?
Not really, because I thought, there's a verse in the Bible that says, if we identify with Christ, then he will identify with us. And that was kind of one of the things that stirred me up to do this. And I've always found it relatively easy to share my faith, because it's the most important thing in my life. And it's also important to share the gospel, with the world, with other people, because they need to be saved. And if we don't act, then people, they may not hear. And I think as well, like nowadays, particularly, especially sort of around this time, there seems to be a greater sense of urgency to preach the gospel. And I think that we need to really start to run with it and really go for it.